Finally, the lockdowns are over. We are able to go out and shoot. We're able to go out and drive. For this episode right here at Piston.my, we have a very special guest, the new Lexus ES. Thank you for watching. I'm Keshi Dillon. I'm going to tell you everything there is to know about the new Lexus ES. Well, the new Lexus ES is finally here in Malaysia, and there are three new variants. The F Sport, the Premium, the luxury that you see there, and one that is not shown over here is the Premium. As usual, the F Sport is the top of the line model, comes with all the latest gadgets, it's the sportier sibling of the luxury variant. The Lexus ES is actually the best-selling model for Lexus globally. However, in Malaysia though, the RX is the best-selling model simply because there's a shift from luxury sedans towards luxury SUVs. So the Lexus ES, let's start with the engine. Comes with a 2.5-litre naturally aspirated engine. Lexus is yet to adopt turbocharged technology in their cars. Well, no issue though, it still produces 204 horsepower, still does about 247 Newton meters of torque, still a very, very decently powerful car. This is not exactly the car that you want for performance. It's the car that you want to bask in luxury, to bask in comfort. That's what the Lexus ES is all about. And back when it was first introduced, it was the first front-wheel drive Lexus machine. It's also worth noting that all the three variants of the Lexus ES, the Premium, the Luxury and the S Sport, are running on the same powertrain, same 8-speed gearbox, same 2.5-litre NA engine. Well, the F Sport though, even though it's the more sportier sibling of the entire variant, has upgraded suspension. They're not adaptive, but they are a bit more sportier oriented as compared to its siblings. The difference between all the Lexus ES variants is of course cosmetics. The F Sport version, if you come up front here, first thing that you notice is the now iconic spindle grille. The design of this is exclusive to the F Sport variant. Of course, you get a lot of chrome bits over here, and you get this really cool LED lights. The Premium variant, the entry-level Lexus ES, gets the bi-LED headlights. However, the F Sport and the Luxury get something called triple projector headlights, LED as well, but they look extremely cool. The daytime running lights too are of a different design as compared to before. It's just that we can't show it over here because it's not turned on. Then towards the side, the F Sport variant comes with gloss black 19-inch wheels. These are Dunlop tires, tried and tested, really good. You get this F Sport emblem over here as well. And then towards the back, you get this spoiler. Love it, hate it. I would have my Lexus ES without this spoiler. But other than that, you get this chrome bits over here, this body style rear diffuser. Overall, it's in line with the overall Lexus design language, right? But I think untrained eyes will be hard-pressed to tell the difference between the older Lexus ES as well as the new one. But the difference is inside. I also want to point out this really cool chrome bit over here. So like I said, the difference is inside. Let's take a look. This is the interior of the F Sport version. Of course, you may like it, you may like the red leather, you may not like the red leather, so I think there are three different color options that you can choose from, but this red doesn't do it for me, but I think the other ones, the brown ones, are really, really nice. So the difference here is quite obvious, it's subtle. I've never been a fan of the remote touch interface over here, simply because it just takes too much effort to run your finger around while you're running, while you're in traffic or while you're driving, simply to adjust, things like GPS, things like your audio preference, or even answering phone calls. However, Lexus also thought of that, and right now, this entire touchscreen system over here is, like I said, touchscreen. It's also been brought forward and tilted 5 degrees towards the driver. So it's a lot more intuitive to use than before. Other than that, typical Lexus. So high quality in here, it's brilliant. There's a sunroof over here as well, and gives it an air of spaciousness. So beautiful. It's a really nice, all the buttons are soft touch. The dials over here feels like one of those classic audio systems from Nakamichi or Yamaha. Really good feel over here. Let's check out the back seats. There's not much difference over here for the F Sport though. Of course, you get your charging points, Type-C charging points over here. And but for F Sport buyers, it's just regular interior back here. You get your cup holders. However, the luxury version gets a really nice interior. Let's go check that out. However, before we get to the luxury version, I'd just like to point this out. The door handle looks like it's floating. It feels so nice to touch. Really high quality. BMW, Mercedes, you guys got so much to learn from this. And there's another thing that I want to point out, which is really, really cool about the Lexus F Sport, is this silver thing over here. It may look like it's nothing. It may look like just another slab of aluminium over here. However, it's been finished in a method called Hidori. Hidori is the same technology that they use to finish katana blades. Yes, the same samurai katana blades. These feature the same finishing as samurai katana blades. And when you finish a katana blade in a Hidori methodology, you get this exact same finishing. How cool is that? Now, let's go check out the luxury version. So this is the luxury version of the new Lexus ES. Immediately you can tell the difference, especially up front over here. The spindle grille, like I pointed out earlier, it's of a different design. You get this L-shaped over here. At the bottom here is an upside down L. So unlike the F Sport, this is finished in a different design. Of course, the headlights are different as well, for different design. But you still get this really cool chrome bits that accentuate the spindle grille. The real difference, besides the fact that it runs on 18-inch wheels, while the F Sport runs on 19-inch wheels, the real difference over here is inside. Where the F Sport wanted you to feel sporty, the luxury wants to bask you in luxury. Well, as you can see, it does away with all those aluminium bits that I was telling you just now and goes for a rather more conventional wooden finishing in here. Of course, the seats too, the leather color is a much more subtle color. Now this is in black, but I think you can also have it in dark brown as well as light brown. But the light brown is really nice interior, so go for that. I think everything else is the same touchscreen. Everything else is basically the same as the F Sport, except for the finishing. And the real difference in the luxury version though is in the back seat. The back seat though is completely different than in the F Sport version. In fact, I really love this, right? So this is let's say that this is an entry-level Lexus sedan, the ES, but you still get reclinable rear seats. This is only in the luxury version though. It's not available in the premium or the F Sport. Right? So you get to recline your seats, both sides of course. You get heated seats, they're not ventilated. Only the front seats are ventilated, but this is fantastic. The seats are so comfortable. Of course, you get your usual cup holders, your USB slots, everything, but this is fantastic. And of course, because you're expected to be driven in a Lexus, you get this boss feature where you can move the front seats away, create more space, get some privacy, just bask in this awesome interior of the Lexus ES. How much do you think this car costs? Let's discuss that next. So there's no indication on pricing as yet. This is just a preview. Lexus hasn't officially announced the pricing and everything that is to know in terms of retail pricing for the Lexus ES. However, there is some indication that prices will range between 340 to 360,000. Now that puts it squarely in the range of the more upmarket versions of the 3 Series or the C-Class, the more complete versions such as the C300 or even the 330. Right? Consider this: it's so much more luxurious, so much more spacious. I know the Lexus probably has the more uncle-ish brand acceptance among the youth, but as a car, dollar to dollar, the Lexus ES is a much better buy. You know, I just want to tell a story that just last week, a couple of days ago, a friend of mine messaged me on Facebook asking me, Keshi, should I get a Mercedes C-Class or should I get a or should I get a BMW 3 Series? You know, it went on and on. And I was telling him about my opinion about Mercedes and BMW. And I was telling him, you know what, bro? One of the best buys in the market right now is a Lexus. And he was like, why? Nobody would really turn and look at me if I drive a Lexus. And that is the problem with Malaysian buyers, that we buy cars not for ourselves, but for others, so that we are accepted, so that we are socially accepted. But is that really why you want to buy a car? Because when it comes to comparisons, dollar to dollar, like I said earlier, the Lexus ES is a much better buy. Let's not talk about the 5 Series, let's not talk about the E-Class, that's a completely different ball game over there. But dollar to dollar against the 3 Series and the C-Class and even the Audi A4, Lexus ES, much better buy. And if you like to drive, go for the F Sport. If you like to be driven, the luxury is the car for you. If you like what you saw here today, we'll bring you more such information. If you like what you saw here today, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We also brought you 5 things that we like, 5 things that we do not like about the Lexus RX, and we'll put a link to that video somewhere on the screen over here. Thank you for watching. This is Piston.my. I'm Keshi Dilip.